And we are live. Hey, everyone. Good to see you. Obviously, you could tell we are in Tito's Bee Yard over here and Brad's Wood Shop over there. And Brad is going to be trimming some pallets today, and Todd's doing some mite washes to get a grasp on what's going on over there. And he says, "Hey."
Well, you can still hear me, but not for long.
Stuffy is the first one, and there's one other person watching, so which might be Brad. I don't know.
Well, it's not me.
Now we got 3, so people are starting to come in, and just Todd's walking back and forth, so he's going to play the near far game with us. Oh, hey Phil, good to see you. And yeah, we're just hanging out, we're talking, and you know, I was, of course, at my desk, and Brad was in his house, and Todd was out in his bee yard. He's like, you know what? We should go live from all 3 locations. I'm like, okay. Hey, there's Carrie. You know, I heard Carrie's a badass.
Carrie is a badass.
Gary's a badass. Sure.
She is.
I saw the video the other day Ian put out.
In a good way.
He was doing mudslides in the front yard when it was raining, and she was tipping those boxes back. That new bee suit had mud all down the front of it. Not afraid of the work. I like that. So Todd's done 1 shake, and we got 6 so far, right? So
yeah. And in November it had what I say, it had 2. I marked it on the lid.
yeah,
All
but
I'm doing is
in 6 months though. That's 6 months worth of time, right?
yeah, and they made a full box of honey already, so they're not hurting too bad.
If you ain't dirty, you're not working hard enough. There's Kobe, man. Hey Phil, good to see you. Yeah, here today it's supposed to rain, so
Same here.
that's the reason why I haven't. I did go out and mow the dirt for a minute before it started raining and burn some stuff, so the rain will put the remaining fire out, right? But it's supposed to rain this afternoon, so I need to go make some splits, but we'll give them another day before we do that. Getting prepared for some more queens that are coming. And see, now I'm feeling like Johnny Carson. I'm doing all of the speaking.
Well,
As you can tell, Tito,
I'll help.
Todd has his mic.
Well, I forgot to change it. I forgot about that.
But tacos are life, and he is way.
Tacos are life.
Bread's trimming off the extra off of the pallets there this morning. Feel like I'm on the wide world of sports. And today in ring number 3, we've got Brad trimming pallets. Todd out there scooping beans. You know that mic works really well.
What's that?
That mic works really well.
Is it too loud? Should I speak with my golf voice?
No, I'm just saying when you shook those bees and banged it, blang.
Oh.
It was loud. So are you just
Gotcha.
spot shaking? What are you doing? Shaking 1 per pallet? How are you going about this today?
So I'm going back. This is kind of a preliminary thing. I'm going back to the pallets I did in the. What's that?
That Illuminati thing. I didn't know you were part of the Illuminati.
What? Are you talking to me?
Yeah, never mind.
Oh. So anyway, last November, I did washes, and I marked them on the lids. So I'm just going back to the lids that are marked. I put the date, which was November 1st, and then the number. And I'm just going to go back and kind of check them. to see what's what.
Now, when will you pull your final honey to where you can start treating?
Well, I'm going to do something different this year, and I talked to Brad about this. And I'm going to fan my honey, sort of, like what Bob Binney does. Oh, sorry, bees. He, in his hot room, he uses fans. So
Right.
I'm just gonna do it that way, and give the bees a little break. Plus that kind of guarantees me a little more flavor, one
Right.
flavor, so one variety. So the oranges are all done, and every day that those supers are on there, they're gathering stuff from somewhere else. So if I want more of an orange flavor, I need to get them off. So that's
Right.
In years past, I let them go until they had most of the frames capped. But this year, I'm going to do it go in a different direction, just to try it out, see what happens. So that's the plan, at least. But things change on a daily basis, so we'll see.
I think Brad's going right along there too, man. He's got like four of those trimmed, 4 or 5 of those trimmed up already.
Oh, damn! Look at this.
You know,
If I don't put enough soap in there, then I'm not going to get.
what are you shaking them in, beer?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. No joke. But I think I need to dilute my mixture down a little bit. But I followed the instructions. What was it? 1 teaspoon of Dawn or tablespoon per gallon, something like that. That's what I did.
Well, at least you got a good swirl going on there.
Yeah, I'm getting all soapy.
You just need to get one of those Ceracell Varroa cups that I've got.
Well, that's true.
Leaking
That's true.
out.
This is true. All right. So
Go ahead.
that lid. Hang on. That lid had 5 marked on it. So I had 5 mites last November 1st.
Okay.
On that count.
Probably be around 9.
Now, did you see Randy Oliver's latest video that came out via San Mateo Beekeepers Association? San Mateo is a town up by the Bay Area, up by San Francisco.
I saw it pop up, but I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, he was talking about sort of this topic. So his breeders, when they would go back, he would see, 1s and 0, or he would see a 3, 2, 1, 0 in consecutive months, and that was his criteria for a breeder. And I might be misquoting this a little bit, but the point of this is it would go 3, 2, 1, 0, and then he would come back, and like a big number like 7 would show up. Well, that would kick the breeder out of his program. And he was talking to a friend of his in France, a researcher in France, and that guy said, no, give him a chance. So what he's doing now is he's letting them come back from that 7. If they come back from the 7, they're going to still be in the breeder program. I guess considerably coming back from a 7. He wants to see a 1 or a 2. What's that?
What Troy was saying last night is that you got to kind of leave some pressure on it to test the hygienic behavior.
Yeah. Look at this. It's snowing. What a mess. All right. There's an awful lot of debris in this one, too. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it went down by 1. It's going in the right direction, but not the number I want.
Right, but it's also the time of the year they're out there foraging and intermingling and can bring them back, right? But it's still, I mean, that's not it's higher than what, the threshold is, but
Yeah.
is it for this time of year? I mean, because we don't typically treat, and you didn't do a spring treatment.
Nope. These have not had a treatment since October.
October.
So, October. I did a wash 3 weeks after I put them in. So whatever, go 3 weeks back from October. That's the day I was that I put those in. Now, the fun part is making sure I don't have any mites in here. All this damn soap, it's hard to tell. I don't have a hose out here. So, I think I got them all.
Hey, Brad, do you use those offcuts for anything?
No.
Those trims? I was just thinking those would make little entrance reducers or something, or shim.
Yeah, I guess so. They're plywood, so you got the delamination problem.
Hi, Brad.
Hey. I blew my brake.
Blew your breaker?
I blew the brake on the saw.
Uh-oh.
Howdy.
You got the spare?
It's this plywood, I really regret buying it because sometimes I'll get a delamination and then I'll glue it together.
Oh, I remember that.
And then,
I remember seeing that video.
And then I missed that, and it's wet and it blew the brake. So I don't know if it ruined my blade, but that brake is $150 now.
You have to buy another one?
So I gotta buy another one now.
Oh.
That's the second one I've blown just because I bought this scrap plywood. I'm just kicking myself for buying that plywood.
So what you saved in plywood, you made up in brakes.
Yeah, and I still get an inferior product because plywood, I mean, it's okay. It's good enough, but that's all.
So Todd, back to what we were saying. So you kind of are doing one per pallet type of deal, or?
You mean the hives?
Yeah, because you've moved down quite a bit now.
Yeah. So in November, randomly, I just picked some hives. I just, okay, I'll do this one. Oh, I'll do that one. So I'm just looking for my my writing on the top left corner. And so I put 11-1, and then under that, I put the number that I washed. One of these out here, probably over there, has an 8. So I'm interested in that one. I think it's 2 pallets away. But
so the only thing that's been there since last November has been the Abby tablet.
Correct. Yep, that's it. Can you see the 3 boxes on the very end? And the very last box has a triple box.
I see.
Or actually, it's 4. It's 4.
I can see it. Yep.
Oh, those 2 pallets right there. Well, they're on 2 pallets. Those are VSH queens, and then I have one right here. Of course, they didn't get anything, so I need to wash them too. But I'm not going to wash them today. I want to look at the ones that I washed prior. But those are the ones that I did not treat.
Those are VSH queens.
Correct. Yeah, and the one on the end that has 4 boxes. 2 of the top box I put on last week, and the next box down I put on 3 weeks ago, and it took them about a week and a half to fill it. And I put the top box, the one that's on top, kind of late with the oranges, so I'm not expecting much, but they are gatherers, and they're socking away honey like crazy. So, I'm excited about the VSH and the way they're gathering honey. They're They're very good gatherers, from what I could tell.
Mark says his bees, they do a good job on honey.
Yeah, they absolutely do. Mark told me. He warned me. He said watch out. You got to keep an eye on them because they will explode. And he's 1,000% correct. That's what I saw. Golly. This is gonna be a mess.
All right, Brad, there's a question for you here. Dylan's asked, I don't want to start a fight, but I was just wondering why Brad hates plastic frames so much.
I don't hate them. I don't hate them. Just a management choice. It's just a management choice. Let's see. Okay, let's do this.
I can say my reason why.
Well, that's me. So let me tell the story. Let's see. Okay, they don't go up through my encapper very well. So that's one thing. I find in the hive, I put them in the hive and they quite let me do this way. I put them in the hive and they'll do this quite a bit, like way too often. A wooden frame doesn't do that. So I don't like that. I find that typically initially they don't draw them as well, but that just has to do with the wax application. And one of the big reasons is that if you're going to break a frame, you'll likely break the ear off the frame, right? A plastic frame, that's, you can kind of affect a repair, but you can't really properly fix that. If I bust the ear off a wooden frame, pop the top bar off, I slide a new one on, Bob's your uncle. And not only that, but I can do that in the honey house while I'm extracting. If I have a wooden frame that comes through and it's, maybe bottom bar falls off or something's wrong with it, maybe it's broken. Quite often I can salvage the other three pieces. But I can actually take that frame, lay it down on my, on capper, and I can slide that full honey foundation, the plastic foundation, out of that frame and slip it into a brand new frame. I keep brand new assembled frames under the uncapper exactly for that reason. I'll set a new frame up there. I'll stick the bottom in. I'll flip the top in. Good to go. And it goes in the extractor. So now the only thing I have to throw away is wood. And putting wood in a landfill, or you can burn the wood. Burn's great. It's no issue. If I bust that plastic frame, it's going in the garbage, right? So now there's a plastic frame in the landfill. So that's kind of the whole story.
Well, that always happens with me on the first of all, when I pull my honey, they properlize those frames right in, right? They are not moving. And you go to pry it loose and you pry the top bar loose from the honey frame and foundation. And then now you have a foundation full of honey and comb that you're trying to put back in a frame and fix. Doesn't work all the time very well, but it's doable. But that's the reason I've started trying to move the plastic just to the brood chamber as much as possible, so the honey is frames.
I've blown this break a few times in my life. I've never had it this hard to remove. It kind of gets jammed in there because of the momentum, right? Can't get the locking.
Well, I definitely find with the plastic frames, they do much better when you roll some more wax on them.
Yeah, that's not a primary issue. And probably one of the most important reasons is I buy my wooden frame parts from a very, very nice family out here in Manitoba. I love those people and I love buying things from them. So if I'm buying plastic frames, I'm not supporting them. So that's a really good reason in my book.
Todd dumping bees back in the box.
Yep.
So,
Oh
how's
man.
count looking, Todd?
Well, the last one,
Went
the
down.
hive in November. Yeah, the hive had 5 in November, and then I washed 4. So it's going in the right direction, but not the number I wanted. So
Yeah.
we'll see about this one.
Let me see if I can get you a link there, Ian.
Yeah.
For some reason, Messenger was trying to do some secret squirrel stuff with the encoded end-to-end encryption.
It's been doing that, hasn't it? It's kind of, they got some work to do on that technology.
Brad, you might have to send him the link.
Okay, I'll do that.
Still messing up. I probably need to restart my computer.
Well, don't do that.
But I do have to restart my bladder, so I need one of you guys to talk for a second while I get up. Talk while you're...
I'll talk while I'm shaking. Tell me when to start. I can't see the screen.
Start now.
Go. All right. So, what is today? May 4th. Central California. It is going to rain. So I'm out here. I can't do a whole bunch of stuff because of the timing of the rain. So what I decided to do was some mite washes, which I'm doing right now. And I'm going off of selected hives. And you guys, I'm just recapping. I'm sorry because I really don't know what to talk about. But after I'm done with that, I'm going to be measuring some honey. And what I want to do this year is I want to take the orange off while it's still mainly orange. And then process it, extract it, bottle it, sell it. Nothing wrong with the honey I get if I leave it on there until May, middle of May, end of May. But I just want to get the boxes off and
So you know what I'm...
as much. Wow, that was quick.
Well, you know, the older I get, you know, I hate when I get your age, Todd, because I'll have to pee like 5 times during a stream.
Hey, I've already done it twice. You just can't tell. I pour bubbles all over me, so you can't tell. Right? Oh, but that's just between us. Don't tell anybody.
Yeah, just between us.
Oh, okay.
Now it's important
What?
to say that you have not treated in the spring. You did no spring treatments.
Have nothing. The last time I treated was 3 weeks before November 1st, whatever day that was. Okay, so that hive that I just took these from, the number was 4. And I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. We've seen 5.
So really, if you think about it, what I'm gathering from your numbers there, yep, you had a couple that, or one that was less, and a couple that were a little bit more. But we're talking since last November.
Yep. No. Well, look on the calendar. What's November 1st minus 3 weeks? That's when the tablets went on.
So October,
November,
December, January, February, March, April, May. So essentially 7 months.
Yeah.
No treatments.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, that one had, the count had grown by 1. But again, it's there's so many variables to this method. Are you on the right frame that would have the right amount of aged bees that you want in your wash? You know, it's crazy. How much brood hatched in the last day or two? You know, if there was a ton that hatched yesterday versus when I tested back in November 1st, I would have a bigger number. So just for the fact, well, on the November 1st, there's not that much brood either. So that's another thing. I have more brood right now.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Hey, Ian.
Oh yeah, we can
Oh,
hear
good.
you.
It's coming through.
Good to see you. So Todd's doing his first shakes since he put Happy Tablet in last October.
Yep.
Cool.
So
Yeah.
no spring treatments, and really they're not different, much different than what he had in November when he shook them last. So
Now,
no,
in November, I had a lot of them, and I just randomly picked them. I learned that from you. And I did the washes, marked them down with a lumber crayon on the lid. In November, I had lots of 1s and 2s. I had a couple 4s and 5s, and I had an 8. And I haven't found the 8 yet. And that's the one I'm interested in. But, you know, doing it now, it's different. You know, in November, I didn't have as much brood as I have now. So if I have a number that's the same right now, to me, that kind of translates that it's had some type of effect to it.
and
I don't know what you think about that, Ian, but
so
what's that, Bob?
no, I was just telling Ian that you didn't do any spring treatments, no
No,
OA,
zero.
no nothing since last October when he put the tablets on.
Zero.
And he's got the same numbers now in May as he had in October, but they've been foraging for months. Right? They've been out and brooding for months.
So this one I just found. Oh crap! I guess if I'm going to shake, I need to put some soapy water or alcohol in there. That would help. I found one that's a 4. So give me a minute and I'll get back to it.
And Brad was down there cutting pallets and popped his brake on his table saw there. So he's
Oh no.
our maintenance mode.
Another $150.
Yeah.
Bugger.
So much for cheap plywood, eh?
Gee whiz. So what did that? Just a moisture pocket, or what do you think did that?
Well, I'll show you. There's occasionally I see a bit of delamination. And it's not such a big deal because I'm trimming this off. But I put some glue in here to just give it adhesion. I don't know why I didn't clamp it, but again, this is offcut down here. And when I do that, I do know that it doesn't dry inside as fast.
Oh no.
And I guess I did that yesterday, and I got this far. I almost got through it too, but have been to here, I would have been done. I went all the way through it. Boom.
Yeah,
So-
just add that brake on as a unforeseen circumstance onto the bill.
It's, so that's what
Excuse me, guys.
Oh yeah.
it's destructive, so it totally screws up the brake. I have
At least you know it works, I guess.
I have a demo for times like this.
Yeah.
But this is punishment for my sins because it only runs for about 2 minutes and then I have to shut the saw off and restart it. So when I get to town next, there's another $150 and get a new brake. So
How are you making out of the pallets? How many to go?
good. I've got there's 40 there, and I think I have 14 here. So when I'm done trimming this, then I'm on the high side of half done.
Nice. Good deal.
So yeah, it's looking pretty good.
What you got going on today, Mr. Stepler?
I stopped doing stuff.
Just spinning my tires. It just quit raining, and we have 300 boxes to put out as seconds. We have to put out, but we can't get into the yards. It's too wet, so we might have to trolley some into the yards because we got to get going. We have to keep going. The boxes are getting full.
Hopefully, Carrie's got her mudslide suit on that she had from the other day. The same old suit. It was funny because I'm like, is that the same suit she had on when Ian was saying how nice and new and clean that suit was? And then the next day,
she was insulted with all the fresh suit comments, so she made sure to make that dirty.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, she's a true beekeeper, right? Yeah, I'm just about to sell my old easy loader. The guy's going to be showing up anytime now, so I might drop off, but just waiting for the guy.
It's going to be an interesting year. My bees seem to be doing pretty well at the moment. I've got 25 queens coming on the 21st, so here in the next week or so, I've got to go ahead and make those splits, and I hate to do it, but it's kind of one of those things. I bought queens after the solstice, and these are replacements for some, which is as soon as he could get them to me, which is great for him, but it's bad for me, right? It's like right in the middle of the honey flow when I wouldn't typically be doing a split. So I'm going to make light splits, and hopefully the queens just go crazy and make nukes out of them, right? So
yeah, I hear you. It's like things are compounding onto me right now with all this delay in weather. I can't get anything done, and all my plans into May now are just, kind of. There's Carrie. It's a working suit. So all my workload is just kind of piling up on each other. So I'm heading out to BC actually on Tuesday to go get some BC bees. I'll be back by Friday, but I have some queens coming on Wednesday, about 250. So we're going to bank them until the weekend till I get back. And then we're going to start replacing queens the following week. And then we have to sort through the small, the medium ones to equalize. And as we do that, we'll be calling out these queens. So in about 10 days from now, we'll be, hopefully the weather's cooperating by then, I'm telling you.
Well, I've watched your videos, and I think that's like the hardest job that I've seen for me. If I was looking at your bees and figuring out what the hell a medium is or a weak colony compared to a strong colony, it'd be hard because they all look just slam full of bees to me.
Those ones that was a good yard we're in. I think we boxed up, it must have been 75% of those colonies. The yard we were before that, maybe I should have filmed that one, we boxed up about 15% of those ones. So it varies. So I'll be looking at, typically I think I box up this time of year about 30%, but I bet you it's going to be about 40 to 45% this year. So I'm flush with bees, which is nice.
A welcome change, right?
Oh, welcome change. It's nice to see growth.
Mine.
What that shake turn out to be, Todd?
He's getting ready.
I'm still shaking.
Is the so I'm at the stage of my beekeeping where one mistake kind of crashes everything, right? So
so am I. I hear you. Actually, no, I haven't made a mistake yet, unless I've made a mistake and I don't know it yet. So I'm kind of at that point right now. But all this weather is just putting pressure on things, so the mistakes will be highlighted. That's for sure.
So my season was going good. The bees were looking well, and I was all excited because I had more drawn comb than I've ever had and everything. And I go to get my supers, and wax moths have just decimated it, right? So I end up having to clean 400 combs down and re-wax them. So starting that process all over again, which is no fun.
Bugger.
But hey, next year maybe we'll make that mistake.
Need some of that biological wax moth control. I thought you guys had it down in the States.
We do. I actually have some coming from Mite that they're actually filing with the EPA on that. So
it's not cheap, I guess, but if it can get you through some tight times.
But it's not as expensive as rebuilding wax.
Yeah. That's
it's funny how we justify these expenses.
Yeah. Yeah, I burned a lot of boxes last year.
This is what we're looking for, boss.
All right.
Look at that.
Perfect.
100%. That's the key right there.
I'm telling you, Brad, I'm in the stage now in between where I have your equipment and some of my old equipment, And so I'm kind of in between. So things are a little bit mishmashy. But when I get to just your equipment, I go through 3 or 4 pallets loading onto the truck. I'm like, oh, this is so nice. Then I go back to my junk equipment. It's like, oh, damn it.
Your day just gets a little bit better.
Yeah. Oh,
You know what? That just is music to my ears. That's exactly why I take the extra time. You know,
Yeah.
I just love hearing.
Well, it just makes things much easier. So next year, once I transition all this equipment in, so I'll have another transition. So I'll slowly but surely I'll get more standardized to your style of equipment. It can make things just so much easier.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's, like I say, that makes it all worthwhile. It really does.
So since we're here, we'll go ahead and negotiate the next 5-year contract.
Yeah. We do.
And if you will,
Having said that,
Standing order. Standing order.
So good news, boys.
okay.
That hive in on November 1st washed 4, and today with more brood and everything else, it washed to 0. So
Nice.
that's good. With no other treatment. So I like that. But what I don't like is too much soap in here. It really sucks. So I need to water down my mixture. It looks like moonshine.
Moonshine would probably wash it pretty well.
I can't tell you what
Moonshine
I'm
would
doing
work.
because Health Canada's poking their nose around, so I'm not doing anything. But what I will say that my apivar colonies, I have apivar strips, it's working, but I'm finding holes. Every once in a while, I'll find a colony that's crashed to mites with the treatment in. So the apivar is very inconsistent, and it's showing me efficacy, but it's still shooting those must be resistant pockets here.
And that's, you've really not experienced that in the past, right?
Well, in the last 2 years, I've been seeing more of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But not a widespread resistance, just kind of like a here and there. And it's not good.
So
Yeah.
with that being said, I said something on Charlie's stream last night that was in this whole process of trying to find VSH and going through all the different treatments that we've been putting out there. Is there a possibility that we're actually breeding a super mite? Because it's morphing well, right? Obviously, if it's becoming amitraz resistant, it can become resistant to other things. And are we, in fact, inoculating the mites against our treatments and making them, we always look at it from the bee aspect, but do we look at it from the mite aspect? Is how is the mite changing compared to what we're using to treat them with? And that's kind of a,
only a super mite to that treatment, though, right? As soon as we stop using that treatment, then it's not a super mite anymore.
Kind of give them a few rounds of their brood to get that out of their system, so to speak. But it's just so, how I look at things from the other side always, the cup's half empty guy. But you got
we definitely need more options, that's for sure. We need something to rotate in a little bit more effectively. Some of these acids I'm going to have to learn how to use, and maybe use these acids a little bit differently, and some maybe other products. But I'm just not. We need something else a little bit more commercial friendly, I guess you can say. We're working on something here, like that RNA project looks very promising. That could very easily just slip into a very useful tool. Just we have to get it to market, and it's not here yet.
Do they have timelines on that?
Yeah, it's in the comment period in the U.S. right now with the EPA. So I'm not sure how long that lasts. But if they get approval there, if you guys get the approval there in the States, because our work we've been doing with Greenlight Bioscience in Canada, and if we can justify emergency use registration of it, we could get it within a year of your product being registered in that year. But there's a bunch of bullshit. I mean, as long as people are saying that apivar is still effective, then they won't bring in another treatment as an emergency use. I mean, how many beekeepers do we need to speak to say that amitraz isn't consistent anymore? You know, but
Yeah.
in the government side, it still is a useful product.
Hey, Bob. Bob, can you mute? There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the
And
queen.
maybe
I don't want to.
amitraz still is a useful treatment. Just we need something in there just to stir things up a little bit so we can bring the efficacy back to it. So, I
Right.
don't know.
Well, you know, OA has been the go-to for a lot of people, and I see Randy down here about the mice can't get resistant to formic acid and OA. The only thing that bothers me with OA is that they can't even tell us what it is about OA that kills the mite, right? And that's Lewis Bartlett saying that, not me. I'm just regurgitating the information I got at a run.
So there's a question in the chat about putting a oxalic acid extended release product in for the winter for guys like us. You want to touch on that, Ian?
You know, I won't go too far down a rabbit hole here because I'm probably going to step out here right away with this guy wanting to buy my easy loader. But this is the reason why we need a product like this registered in a certain way so we can start talking freely about this. Beekeepers are kind of doing their own little mad scientist experiments, and they're talking between each other in the corners and how to use the product. And then it gets misused, and then guys lose, you know, a good part of their apiary because of something that happened, right? So we need a little bit of guidance here from our authorities to allow us to figure this product out, because if it does work, we need to be able to use it in that workable fashion. I'm hearing guys that leave the extended use in the colonies over winter, and that's fine, but I'm hearing guys leaving it over winter and they've lost, you know, 80% of their colonies. So I don't know what else to say about it. It's kind of scared me off a little bit. I'll be dabbling with it, but I won't be using the product extensively. Just we got to figure it out.
Let me see. Just read the comments. Yeah.
What was that, Brad? Brad, what was that saying you had about sweat? Sweat doesn't go up, it goes down, right?
Yeah, if the sweat's going up your back, it's not sweat.
Oh, I got one going up my leg.
You'll know when he gets too far up there, if she gets too far up there.
She gone. I took care of that. Hope her ghost doesn't sting me.
Buy honey or something, and there'll be a bee on my head, and I'll just smack it. And they're like, "You killed a bee?" I'm like, "Yep," because it was going to sting me and die anyway. So she's gone.
Damn! Look at this mess. Look at this. This looks like it's snowing.
Your gloves will be clean.
Yeah, that's true.
Just let Carrie borrow them. She'll fix that for you too.
They are new, and so just an explanation of why I'm wearing gloves. What was it? About a month ago, I was out here, and I used those trucker gloves, or at least I did, those yellow ones. And I was working on a swarm, and I shook it out of a tree. Well, a bunch of them just came down on my arms, and one got me right on the wrist. And I think I took probably 4 or 5. Well, I didn't think anything of it. And 2 hours later, you could cook an egg off the top of my hand. It didn't really swell a whole bunch, but it did start redness up my arm to my elbow. So now I'm kind of backing off the, the Super Dave Osborne way of beekeeping until I get stung again. And I don't want to get stung today because no one's out at the farm. And even though it's probably about 10-minute drive to my house, I have EpiPens there. I should have them here, but I don't. I have some Benadryl in the truck, and that might be able to slow it down. But I don't know what's going to happen. I've been stung tons of times too, so I don't know.
In my yard, we can test the philosophy.
Yeah, you better have the paramedics there.
Through a scientific process over here. I can point you at some hives and just say, go check that one and go check that one. See how it works for you.
Yeah.
See,
Next, you'll tell me to clean a gun that's unloaded, and I'm looking down the barrel, right?
right. Anybody that looks down a barrel of a gun is not doing.
Say, Todd, how's the weather in California? I hear you guys have been getting rains coming through.
Yes. Right now, I'm looking north, and it's black. It's coming right now. I think it's in the Bay Area, but it'll be here probably about 2:00 is what they are saying. But earlier in the week, there was a 30% chance of rain, like on Monday or Tuesday, and then Wednesday it went to 70, and then they said a 1/4 inch of rain expected, which in these parts is a moderate amount this time of year. And then Thursday, they said expect a 1/2 inch of rain, and the percent of rain went up to 100%. So it's coming. And when I find out when the Weather Service does that, it's really going to rain pretty good. So
Good.
yeah, it's needed. That's for sure.
Okay.
But,
You were getting
yeah.
rains earlier, though, weren't you?
correct. And you know what? The rains, not today, but the last several weeks, it's rained on every freaking Saturday and Sunday just about. It can't rain during the week. It's got to rain on the weekend when I can get out here. You know?
So that's adding up to a nice honey flow for you guys then.
Yes. I already see the yellow thistle starting to come up. It hasn't bloomed yet, but it's up, and it's up in abundance. So
Good.
yeah, that's good. Okay, this one's easy. Well, so that box was marked a 4, and this has a 2. I wish I could show you, but it's a 2.
Cup like the one on my website.
Yeah. This thing's been down the road.
I'll tell you what, dancing bee. Old Mike keeps me hooked up with Mite check cups. So
Oh my God.
I'll probably get on your website later and grab me one, because I do like those. These are kind of tricky. If you don't get the lid on right, there's no seal.
So overall, what's your perception of what you've got going on there, Todd?
So far, so good. Again, I don't mind if I have a hive that's washed 4 or 5 in November. I don't have a problem of it washing a 4 or 5 again, because I know that there's more brood in there right now, which equals more mites or possibilities of mites. If it's lower, great. I mean, I would love to see it lower. Obviously, everybody would love to see a 0, but for me right now, I don't mind. I use my eyes and ears a lot. I open that lid. The first thing you know when you open the lid is how much have they glued it down. So I listen for that. I look at the top bars. If you've got a good population on top or in between, that's good. And then of course you listen to them, and that tells a lot too. So I'm not seeing anything real bad here. That's for sure. So I'm happy. I'm happy right now. That could change. Who knows? Here's another packed hive. I will say, and I tried to make the point last night, and I didn't finish it, but I fed with Apis Biologics first thing, just in my community feeder on the other side of the farm. And so they took down 2 tubs of that, and that's all I did as far as feeding so far. And then they haven't, the only thing they've had as far as helping them along is Apis in the spring and the Appy tablets in the fall, and that's it. So it's just a gigantic experiment that I'm trying. If it works, it works. If it fails, I crash and burn. Oh well, I'll start over, right? I have boxes. I can make bees. No big deal. And I have a regular job, which gets in the way of this. But I'm not like Ian, where I'm dependent you know, this is what pays the bills. I'm not there. So.
Yeah, I'm running some trials on that Apis Biologics, and I'm finding what I'm finding, but I'm also hearing bits and pieces from beekeepers all over doing some citizen science on it, and it's quite interesting.
Yeah, I love that product.
Things add up. Yeah, so it's neat to hear other people's experiences with it too, because it just confirms what I'm finding.
Mm-hmm. It's, you know, last year, that's the only thing I did in the spring was Apis Biologics, and it sparked the queen up. I think you made a comment on that video, Ian, but it sparked the queen up, and I mean, I had gobs of bees like I never had before.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, it was crazy. And again, I saw it this year. So I love that stuff.
Yeah, I'm pulling off it now, off the patty in general now. I've fed like 3 to 4 pounds, and you can kind of see it with the bees in the boxes. But surely this free stuff will be coming in any time now. We just need some sunshine. I really should be putting more back on because, I mean, but how much do you spend? Just, you know, this weather's got to help us out. We go from, well, I'm not complaining about the textbook conditions right out of the shed. That's absolutely ideal. But we go from like a dry, mild winter, dry spring into just socked in, and we can't even get out of your yard because it's so muddy now. We need some sunshine.
It's not like your bees are lagging behind though.
No,
you know,
no.
It's not like you have to give them extra. They're
no, if they pause a little bit now, it's not going to, I mean.
It might do you some good. End up not as many bees in the trees.
Go. Boy, what a thought that would be. Boy, 2 years in a row, I haven't had to worry about that.
Yeah.
Gonna have to, boy, things are piling up on me though. It could be a year of that if I don't. I think if Carrie shows up to work, I'm not sure if she is. I told her to take the day off, but I think if she shows up, we might get muddy again.
Yeah, that sucks. I like the rain, but enough already.
Yeah, this is good. It's an investment. It's going to be locked in, but we won't be on the land for another 5 days for sure. If the sun comes out, that's going to start putting us late with the crop, which actually is good for the bees because it's going to push the farmers later and later. So our flow is going to just get pushed further into August. So that's really good for the honey flow. This is an investment. It's just I had to get my work done now. You know, now is the time I can get work done.
I fell behind right away this year because, you know, every weekend I couldn't really do much, and it really sucked.
Oh,
that's what hurt me this year.
You should be taking the day off. Actually, I shouldn't have said that. As soon as the sun comes out, you won't be seeing a spare day. So, well, I'll leave it up to you.
God, some of these boxes. You know what?
Green, but I don't think there is a Canadian green dollar, is there?
Say again.
I said the money's too green. I said, but I don't remember if I had any green Canadian money when I was there. If it was all red and different
funny colors. Yeah. I better call Carrie off because
it's those red and brown ones that you want, though.
Too late.
Too late. Oh, well.
Sleep is for the weak, she says.
Well, maybe I misspoke. We might not be going to the yards because I've lined my afternoon up a different direction, but there's work here to do anyways if she wants it. So I'll leave it up to Carrie. Although if the sun comes out, it'll be a hard time not getting to the yard.
All right.
He's already got a stack of them over there.
Okay, I got to drop off here. I'll catch you guys later.
All right, Ian.
See you, Ian.
See you, boss.
Dyers, goodbye. Gotta go. Click.
Gotta go quick.
All right, so I like the last count. Let's see what happens with this one.
Is this the 8?
No, this is another 3. Well, A3. Both of those hives that I'm at, one to the right of my white, I don't know if you could see it. Oh, the one to the right of my bin is another one. That's a 5. So we'll see what the 3 does. But
So
I sure like
think
Xeris.
one that's actually gone up, and it's gone up 1 mite.
1 mite. Yep. With no additional treatment. And you know what I'm going to do for good measure, I think? Since I have a pallet of Happy tablets at my disposal for sale, by the way, I'm going to, as soon as I pull my honey off, I'm going to put some more tablets on, because I have about a 3 to 4 week break before the Japanese privet and privet starts blooming, and then tallow trees start going. So I have a little time between flows to give them another treatment, just to be on the safe side. And you know, because the ones that did wash 4s and 5s, or that 1-6, I don't want them getting out of hand. I only saw 1 right there. How many people are watching today?
42 at the moment.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Okay. Now, let me get some of this soap out of here.
You guys are making me want to go out in the bee yard.
You better do it before it rains. Okay. Man, I don't remember having so much debris in these washes. Okay, so that was a 3, and this has 2. So
It's actually
that's not bad. It's going in the right direction. That's not too shabby. I need to find that 8, though. That's the one I really want to. I think I'm going to look for that instead of doing the next one, because that was my quote-unquote mite bomb that I ran into. Everybody there, or did I lose everybody?
No, you're here.
Oh, okay. It got real quiet.
Thank you, Randy.
I'm almost done. What's that?
Stone River Bee says, Brad, have you made a video on building pallets? Several.
I've made several, yeah.
Lots and lots.
And lives. We've done lives, midday lives, showing them, assembling them, and how you make them.
Yeah, they're not like I actually have done quite a few pieces in my vlog in the last few weeks.
All right. Hey, anybody that didn't catch the live last night with Charlie, go back and watch Troy's presentation. It was a really good presentation.
Yeah, I agree.
Really worth it.
Bring your notepad. Talk fast.
Yeah. They're
a lot of information jammed in an hour.
Quite in depth. All right, let's find the 8. I could have sworn it was this
those
one.
kind of presentations I really liked. I remember it was I don't know. Well, I think it was 2020, February 2020, just before everything shut down. Randy Oliver was here at our convention, and he gave a couple presentations. But you know, I always remember the one I enjoyed most was just a year in the life of Randy Oliver, and he just touched on all of the stuff that they do in the year and kind of little tips and tricks on how they do it. Boy, was that ever interesting to get that insight into his life and into his operation.
Uh-oh. That doesn't look too good.
What's that mean?
I might have a robbing. Oh, these freaking ants. I hate them. They've run bees out of hives. No joke. All right, here's the 8.
Okay.
And it's in a double. where a lot of others are in triples. So, right now for me, that means slow growth. So let's see what happens. Not a ton of bees in it. Not a ton. I'm almost wondering if this swarmed out. It's got plenty of ants too. And a black widow. There's a black widow. Oh shoot. Glue this down.
So Brad's back in assembly mode.
Yeah, back to the bottom.
They glued every single frame to this top box. Oh jeez. Son of a beehive. Golly. And that thing is heavy too. That's a good sign. Oh, that weighs all of 80 pounds right there. Yeah, we got an issue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 frames of bees. So yeah, we got an issue. But we had a full honey box. So maybe this is a swarm. I don't know. I'll have to look.
Maybe
See any
there's
cells or not. Hopefully, if they did swarm, they haven't busted out the or broke down the cells yet. We'll see.
Oh, I see a little bit of sun popping through.
Oh, those wonky little bees, and I mean the letter B, which stands for something. I don't want to talk about it.
Brad muted himself.
He's probably cussing about the saw and the breaker he broke.
He was able to finish up what he had to do there.
Oh.
He's just drilling, and he's letting you tell your problem.
Oh. Ooh. Well, there's a big old pollen frame for my builder that I'm supposed to build here pretty quick. Oh, there's a big old sheet of brood. Okay.
That works really well. Seems like you're pretty far away from the camera, and it.
Yeah, you know. Okay, this is not. I lost the sun, so I can't really see too well. I see larvae, but I can't really see eggs. I haven't seen a queen cell yet, or an old one. But there's a couple frames of brood here. You just said something, Bob. I was going to add to it. What did you just say?
What's wrong with your colony?
No, there's something else.
Brad muting himself because he's getting the work done.
Oh,
No worries.
yeah. I lost it. I don't know what I was going to say then. I'm trying to find out how the ants are getting up there. Oh, there they are. Hey, little cat. Something I hate more is these damn ants.
Oh, we were talking about your microphone working pretty well.
Yeah. Okay.
You're on
Problem
kind of like right at the boundaries of it because it's starting to garble a little bit, but not bad.
All right. Well, I'm going to move it. I'll move it closer. There's the dog. I don't know if you saw the dog.
I did.
She's the squirrel killer now. She's grown into that position. Huh. So here's my old mess that I have not yet cleaned up. So I think I'm going to take the tractor with the rake, and I'm just going to pull this stuff up.
Peel it right up.
Yeah. The ground is hard as a rock right now. It's cement. How's that? I can't really see the screen.
Yeah, it looks good.
Does Okay. So I'm probably starting a robbing frenzy by leaving that open. Oh well.
Probably too much nectar coming in for that anyway.
Well, there might be something, but not as much as you would think right now, because oranges are really the main deal. And they're done.
Sounds like you beat that frame with a sledgehammer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, go.
Yeah. No, I'm trying. I'm doing it on top of a hive so I can jar them. Okay, that's enough.
If you do that on my hive, you'll know something. You'll really test that stink theory. I'll tell you what.
I don't want to lift this up again.
My wax dip migratory tool. I left a Chinesium hive tool on top of one yesterday, and with the heat, it glued that thing down to the lid. I had to take another hive tool to pry the hive tool off of the lid.
Damn, these bees are busy. I bet this is all orange. I haven't looked in it, but I bet that's what it is. You talked about Chinesium. I heard it said somewhere about don't touch these Appy tablets with your hive tool. I don't know if that means it's going to melt the hive tool or what, but you know.
I don't know.
I mean, I remember seeing a picture of Bob holding it in his teeth, and Bob's lips haven't melted off yet. So
yeah, it's.
I don't know.
I can understand if you're sweating and you had it in your fingers and you rub your head with it. I can kind of understand that because of the moisture. But correct. I have absolutely no issue with anything else with the tablets. You know, I don't know. Some people are, I guess, when they talk about stuff, over dramatize.
Like I've said before, try it out for yourself. You know, do your own experiment. Be your own judge. See what happens.
All I'm hearing, well, I mean, my colonies are alive. Yours actually staying the same or going down, and you haven't treated them in months.
Nope. No.
I actually on in the spring on mine, so, but I haven't done any washes, so we'll see.
Yeah. You know what's bugging me more right now than mites?
That dog?
No, that's Oreo. These freaking ants. I cannot stand them. See, this organic farm, what they do is there's I don't know if you can see the rows of trees over there in the background, Bob.
Yep.
Okay, those are plums and pluots. Pluot is a combination of a plum and an apricot. They're very tasty, by the way.
Right.
But over there we have oranges and peaches, and then there's citrus on the outskirts of the farm, meaning lemon. But anyway, what they do here is they let the stuff that's when they pick and it's not good, they throw it right on the ground. Well, that's a little food ball for these ants, and they just multiply. I mean, there has to be tens of billions of ants on this property. It's crazy. Oh, I can't stand them, and the bees can't stand them either. And it's not that they can't coexist; it's that the ants they'll come up to the box in humongous numbers once they find out there's something to eat in there, and they will just literally drive the bees out of the boxes, and then you have robbing issues. Like right now, I see a bunch of little specks of wax, and to me that looks like it's robbing. I don't really see it on the front, but the ants garner their attention, and then the robbers come in unopposed and just Oh, it just drives me crazy.
So you're shaking the ant colony.
This one had 8. Yep. Oh, got that lid on tight.
Were you able to see evidence of cleaning?
Oh yeah. I did see evidence. Yeah. Oh, I forgot my stick. But yeah, those ants. And I have little ant traps. And I think I'm going to go onto eBay and spend $200 and buy 50 more. Although if I decide to chop these pallets in half, I'd have to buy. Well, no, still have 4 corners to buy for. So yeah, if I buy 50 more, I'll have everything covered. And they're just little tiny traps. You take one of those little small oil can dispensers, the squirt bottle things, and you just fill up the little reservoir, and that's it. And I didn't do it when I moved the pallets. I skipped that step, and I left the traps off. And now I need to go back and lift up the pallets and put them back in.
Hey Todd, I got a question for you.
Yes.
I didn't quite get what you were talking about last night regarding cutting your pallets in half and the hive lift.
Uh-huh.
Would this be a good time to kind of demonstrate that for me? What your
Sure.
problem is? What's your problem, Todd?
Oh yeah. I've got lots of problems, Brad.
Many.
Okay, so I want to get a hive lifter. Now that's not a good box to show it on. Here's my pallet. Here's my problem. I'm running U-clips. So I cannot stick one of those forks in between.
Oh,
Can you guys see
right.
this?
You told me you got those cleats on your. So
I've got U-clips.
Handles front and back. That's what you need.
And even if I had a W-clip, that I guess the space is still not enough. My handholds are on the inside. They're on the long sides of the box.
Yeah.
So here's, we were talking last night. If I cut the runners right here, flush with the back of the box, and the pallet, and make two separate, two ways, here's my next issue. How good is this? How good did this guy staple this on this box when he made it? And I seriously doubt they used glue. So now what do I do? So, yeah, it's
some proper boxes is what you need.
Yeah, well, I know this guy in Canada, but oh no, I'm getting low on battery. I know this guy in Canada, but he charges way too much for shipping.
Yeah. He doesn't have anything to do with shipping.
Oh, I know. Okay, so
Tell me if it's too loud, Bob.
what's that?
Tell me if it's too loud.
All right.
What we got?
Are you ready? That November 1st, that one marked 8 on the wash. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So even though it's not great, it's better.
No, it's better. And again, there's more brood in here than there was in November. So again, that seems pretty good.
You totally skipped a treatment cycle.
Yeah, 2 or 3.
Well, you didn't treat in the spring, at least. I mean,
that's... Oh, no, yeah, you're right. I get you. Yeah, no, I did skip 2. You're right. They were 2. No, I'm not going to watch it. We'll probably run out of battery anyway. But I'm going to...
Well, we've been going for an hour and 15 minutes. Had Ian pop in. Todd's battery's getting ready to die.
I can stick around.
A break on his saw there. And you notice they're the only 2 getting work done today. This guy is not getting anything done.
You're the host of the show.
Yeah, but I'm not making any money hosting the show. Well, I did. That's not entirely true. Randy ordered some Appy tablets.
I'm not making any
money. Damn ants. Damn freaking ants.
So I'll go ahead and put that banner back for a few seconds while we talk. But
Nice.
the so we got some Appy tablets. We got those Mite wash cups, the blue, the ones everybody likes with the blue on it, Ceracell. Obviously, Swarm Lure and Honey Rustler. You know, the new and improved bottle and label. Actually, that label is on there good.
Oh, he says.
We got a problem.
Oh my God, I got bees in this hive.
Bob,
Yeah.
I'll leave this on, but go ahead and mute me if this gets too loud for you guys.
Yep.
I'm going to start cussing in a minute.
Oh, he's going to be doing roundovers.
Freaking ants.
Wow. We'll see what it sounds like when he starts. Oh yeah, that's kind of loud. But yeah, so Brad's assembling pallets, and Todd's out there shaking the sugar tree over there.
Yeah. Oh, this one's toast. I might as well lead this to a box of ants. See how many ants I can multiply in the next. Although this got some honey in it.
Gosh,
What's that?
That just it does impress me though. The fact that your mites have not grown.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like out of control. Like they're the same as they were last November.
Yeah, I like that too.
Which the only thing I can attribute that to was the numbers were so low after the tablet is that it took them a while to build back up, right? So by the time your honey flow is done and you start putting treatments back on, it you know, it should be good.
Yeah, it should be. All right. Here's something. Put me on full screen, Bob. I want to show people about the Appy tablet. Okay, I have honey here. First of all, you see all these holes in the cappings. That's because this hive's getting rubbed out. And these ants. I'm not sure if the ants eat them, but right here, I don't have a capping scratcher, but it looks like sugar. Can you see that, Bob? Where I dug in right here.
Okay.
Look around that area. You can see what looks to be sugar in those cells. This particular hive, oh, look at the bottom. This bottom corner in here, if you could see.
Yep.
It looks like there's sugar in there. That's the Appy tablet. And this particular hive stored it. And they capped it. But it's also being uncapped by the robbers. And there's remnants of it all in this open stuff. So they're taking it, they're eating it.
I haven't seen that at all in my colonies.
I've seen it in a couple of mine. I didn't know what it was at first. I thought, what the hell? I'm not feeding sugar, you know. But yeah, it's a mess. But that's what it is. It's the Appy tablet that they're storing.
That surprises me because it says don't use it during the honey flow, right?
Yeah.
So you would think that there wouldn't be anything in there, you know?
Yeah, I guess they looked at it as food because it is sugar. I mean, 80% of it's sugar.
That's
so,
true.
But the fact that they didn't kick it out, thinking it was something bad, speaks to it a little bit. They thought it was food, so they're saving it. I don't know.
All right, so Shane asked a question here. Let me bring it up because my eyes are old. Bob, what about no brood in colony means all mites on bees? With brood now, would the count not be off because more of the mites are now under the... Well, see, that's the thing. He hasn't put anything in the colony since last October. November.
And I had brood.
And he's had months and months of it in California. Brood.
Yeah. If I go broodless, it's in late December, early January. Well, let's just say December, maybe the first part of January. That's it. November, it's still warm. They're still brooding in November. So there was brood in these hives. I saw it myself. That's why I was making the comment that, there's more brood now than there was back in November. So of course there should be more mites in the colony because of more brood. And if a whole slab of it hatched in the last couple of days, well, that's even more possibility of mites versus what I had in November. And the count is not skyrocketing. It might elevate one or two above the wash number that I had on the lid.
But most of them were the same or less. As far as I know, you had one that was over.
I had a 0. What was that, on a 3? What I should have done is I should have marked them down as I went, but I'll do it again. I'll do it again in the summertime, another wash. But and I'll wash everything. But yeah, that's what I wanted to look and see.
It says somebody let Todd know that if he cuts them pallets, he will have to change the bottom runners, or it will be tippy.
Or it would be what?
Tippy. You got runners on both sides of it, right?
3. There's one on each side and one running down the middle. So they should be all right. But I don't think I'm going to do it now because I can't trust whoever built these cleats. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 staples in here, but did they glue it? I don't know. And if I have a real heavy box, I don't want to find out if this thing's going to hold it or not.
So Icy Mountain Honey says, Todd, I've had sugar-looking stuff in the bottom of some of my cells, and I wasn't using Happy tablets. I'm not sure it was the tablets.
I don't know. Maybe they were getting granulated sugar from somewhere. Maybe my bees were doing that.
Like that.
Well, yeah. So yeah, it could be. And maybe it isn't the only way I'd know for sure if it was a Happy tablet is test it, but I didn't start really seeing it until I used them, so that's why I kind of associated it with. I want to call them the A tabs. I'm going to start saying A tabs.
Scoop it out and taste it, Todd.
Hey, that's a good idea, Brad. I'll do that off camera though.
No, I want to see this.
Oh, maybe another day. I'm still full from breakfast. Oh man, but yeah, hey, it could very well be granulated honey. I don't know, but who knows? I just thought it was an Happy tablet because all of a sudden I saw it when I was using Happy tablets. Who knows?
But overall, I mean, there's been really no mite change.
No, and that's
sounds
good.
like it's not any different, but that is a difference because you've had 5 months at least of brood rearing and foraging. Correct. So just depends how you want to look at it.
Yeah, and if I had the camera over here, you'd see all the bees, the robbers, trying to get in the top hole, the feeder hole. They've actually pushed this piece of wood over. That's toast. I'm not going to deal with that today. I'll deal with it tomorrow, maybe. If it doesn't rain. The ants, that really ticks me off. What was I going to do? Oh, I might as well look.
I'll make you an offer, Todd.
What's that?
Woodworking problem solving offer.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a shipping offer.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I'll devise a a method for you to cut handholds in those. Take those cleats off and cut handholds in there. I'll devise you a method to do that if you want.
What would I need?
Well, you'll need a router, a couple router bits, and a jig, and I can work that up for you.
Oh, okay. Well, let me think about that because I'm not 100% certain I want to cut the pallets anyway, but it would seem to be a better situation or
How
solution.
much space is between those? Because you might have enough space to get that arm in there.
Well, again, that's true. I do have plenty of space to get the arm in there. It's probably on the bottom here between the backs of the pallets is a good 3 inches. So I've got room for those things to get in there. Yeah, see what you could come up with. I might do it.
I got it in my head how to do that.
Okay.
You can do it.
Okay.
Well, DC, I can tell you that I was looking at buying a pallet of styrofoam boxes, and the cost of the styrofoam boxes was less than getting the styrofoam boxes shipped to me from Canada.
Wow.
I would, yeah, if they were in the States, I could have made a trip and bought 2 pallets for the same price.
Holy moly.
Todd and his arbitrary comments. It's like we can't see what we hear him. Oh,
There's a triple, and there's 8 frames of bees here. It says bees on the lid, and gobs of bees at the door. And this is a VSH queen.
are you going to do a shake on it?
No, I'll do that. Well, I will. I'm going to be off camera. I'm going to be off camera for a minute because I need to fill up my shaker. But yeah, you know what? I haven't tested them yet. I might as well test that one and see what's what. But I can tell you about this. That hive has not been touched with anything. And I got those queens from Mark Miller in June. And I think it was the 3rd week of June. So it was late in the year. And they were virgins, and they went out and made it. And I did have 5 of them. I'm down to 4. I don't know what happened to the other one. I have no idea.
But they made their own queen, or you replaced them?
What's that?
Did they make their own queen, or did they just die out?
They died out. They absconded, really, I think. It's what it kind of looked like to me. But my point of this is I've not touched these. As a matter of fact, this one and this one, I took a box of honey off last fall. So not only did they ramp up fast, they made a box of honey for me, plus putting, honey in for themselves. They've had no treatments, no nothing. I've just watched them grow and added boxes. Oh, they did get pollen patties in early February. That's it. Nothing else. So very interesting to see what this comes out to be. Sorry, my back's to the camera. I'll turn around here. How rude of me, right?
We can't tell who you are anyway.
Yeah, that's true. I might be out in the parking lot. This could be, Tito, for all you know, doing. Oh, I can't do a Mite check on that. It's all honey. So anyway, these things are they're prolific is what they are. And this box, oh shoot, this box is probably 100 pounds. Oh shoot. And be nice when I say shoot. Oh, my back. See, I have my back brace on too. I don't know if you can see it. Holy cow. 8 more frames of bees and more honey. Oh gosh. These guys are crazy. Is Mark on today?
No, I haven't seen him. He's probably busy in his bees today.
Yeah, he probably is.
Like you two guys, except for me.
Oh.
Trying to host?
Oh, this might be 2 boxes of honey. I don't know. Oh, there's that first box. That top box is easily 100 pounds. Oh crap! This is all honey too.
Oh crap! This is all honey too.
Oh my gosh, this is money in this box.
Oh no! Look, another box of money. That's working out in my life.
Damn it! All my plans have gone down the booper. Oh, well, there's bee bread. So maybe there's no. Well, crap! I'm gonna have to go downstairs to the bottom.
He's gonna have to load his truck up and take the supers home and spin them out so he can bring them back and put them back on.
That sucks.
That really does suck. Oh man. Oh. Well, if I fall over, you know it's because my back gave out. And I really shouldn't be jinxing myself like that.
A live stream heart attack.
Oh,
Oh no,
Huh?
the bees made more honey.
they did. I'm not joking you, man. That box right there weighs easily 100 pounds. And I'm thinking this box is pretty darn close.
You know you've had
And
some in years if you're surprised to see honey in a beehive.
Yeah, really. Oh, I didn't think it was this much. I mean, yeah, I could imagine the top box being full, but not both these boxes.
That's like me going to my apiary and saying, "Oh no, more bees.
Right.
What will I do?"
No cells. Well, there's cups, but they're all right. Okay, there's 8 more frames of bees down there too. Oh, damn. Okay.
You didn't drink your Ensure this morning.
Can you go? Yeah. Oh, I'd love to say a comment right now, but I've got to stay focused.
I'm gonna have to call that taco truck owner and tell him to make an Ensure taco for you.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Tacos sound good right about now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There's nectar on there. From where, I have no idea because the oranges are done. Here we go. Okay. There it is.
You must have super bees, man. If they hang
Why
out,
is that?
you gotta beat the crap out of him to get him in the tote. Oh, his phone must have just died. We won't get the numbers.
Oh no. You're stuck with me?
Well, for a minute or two, because I'm gonna go out and work my bees. Apparently, got me
You feel get left behind?
play with the bees.
Well, you know where I'll be.
Right there.
Doing this. That's where.
Looks like you're making progress, though.
Oh yeah. I'm about to make a shift. Now, I don't know if you can see that, but where I got this plywood, a couple pallets, I've got to get down. That's my last.
Last bit of plywood.
That's the last of it there. So
To the bottom,
one
yeah.
more sheet, and then I take these pallets off and start working on that pile.
You got to cut that down too. or is it
No,
already? It's already
I'm
cut.
ready to go. Ready to go. That's I really liked it. I was kind of forced into this method, but I do really like this method where I make all my parts. And they're all wrapped up, ready to go, and sitting on a skid in the shed, and I just bring them in here as I need them, sort of thing. So that's really nice. I have all the pieces ready to go.
Thank you, Icy Mountain. I appreciate you.
Ice Mountain sharing the. Oh yeah, just send an order.
What did we get?
Why not put screws through the cleats?
Oh, just to let you know, I see you ordered some honey rustler. It's in a bottle. It's in a glass bottle this year. It's not in the squeeze bottle, because the squeeze bottle like to do this.
Self-squeezing bottle.
It's a self-squeezing bottle. Yep. So had to go glass.
Randy's asking, why not put screws through the cleats? Now, are you referring to what I call a shim, the part that goes on top of the?
Or you might be talking about the cleats on Todd's boxes.
Yeah. Oh, on Todd's boxes. Okay, not a question for me.
Todd's phone died on him, so we'll never know.
Well, if he's asking for me, I did one year. I put the shims on top of the pallet, and I ran the screws, because you see I'm putting screws through the plywood, and then the next step is I put a shim on here, and then I tack that on with a medium crown staple. It's just 1.25 inch staple. I use 1.25 inch in case I'm stapling in the field here, it doesn't go through, catch your fingers. So that's what I'm doing now. One year I did put the screw right through the shim, and that seemed to work okay, I guess. You're far more likely to split that lumber doing that than this way. And honestly, it's mostly the glue that holds everything on anyway. So this is a more of a clamp and a locating thing, so it doesn't move around as glue set. So if that question is for me, then that's my explanation. So yeah, I got my old man glasses so I can see what I'm doing. Paid all this money to get my eyes fixed. Now I have to buy.
So one or two things is going to happen.
Yeah.
Either I'm going to invade the bee yard or invade the bed.
What?
Old man nap or work bees.
Yeah, I hear you. I wish I could go for old man now. I sure would like to. The busy work is going to start though. Tomorrow I got to get a whole bunch of boxes and frames and stuff ready to go out and receive some bees that I had arranged. That'll happen late in the week, so you'll see that on the vlog this week. And also Monday, we're going to get 2 days of nice weather, but Monday's going to be warmer. So Monday I'm going to go out and I'm going to do some mite washes on Monday, so that I can generally see what's going on, but I can also compare the colonies that had the Appy tablet over the winter and the colonies that did not have the Appy tablet over the winter. So Monday I should have some information on that, and I'm assuming that the ones that did not have a tablet will have some mite load, so then they'll get a tablet at that point as well. Help them out. So that's this week. We're going to get a little more rain again this week, like Wednesday, Thursday, somewhere in there, and then I'll be going out probably. It's looking like maybe Saturday, so you might not be on the vlog this next Saturday. I might be going out Saturday to get some bees, and so it's looking like next week I'll actually have bees. So
Sounds
thanks
good.
to all the thanks to all the very generous and compassionate people in my life. Boy, I've just been overwhelmed by how people have been supporting me in various ways. You know, it's really, really touching, and you know, I can't say thank you enough. I really can't.
All right, guys. Well, that's a good spot for us to tie it up here, I think, on the live stream. And we appreciate all of you guys spending time with us as usual. And get out there and work your bees. It should be a nice day today. And we'll talk to you guys again next time. Have a good one.
Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.